want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Well, we got 3 days left in Texas, and then we go into New Mexico. We'll spend a week in New Mexico at the National Forest. This is another free camp spot with city park camp spot with free electric and free water and sewer hookup. This one is about 10 miles away from the last one we were at. Huge advantage on gas mileage. Most of these have been about 25 miles away. I think the furthest one, distance in between the two was 60 miles. It was just kind of out of the way. And so these campgrounds again are near Lubbock, Texas, near Amarillo, Texas. So just around that area, Panhandle area. But it's got several campgrounds. This one's kind of nice. The reviews on this one made me want to shy away from it. But once we got here, I realized, you know, these reviewers, they're just nitpicky. So, of course, there's a city park, you know, back there. Basketball, swimming pool. The internet, again, is very strong here. That is the really neat thing about Texas. You know, Texas is so spread out. You know, one town to another town, you know, major town, hundreds of miles away from each other. But the internet is always so good. The cell phone signal. And we got trash. This one's got a barbecue pit at each spot. Here's what's really cool. You got a little overhang here that you could sit under, put your lawn chairs out or something. But it's actually high enough that if a hailstorm came, I think I could get the nose and the windshield of the truck underneath this. Again, there's a Dollar General just down the road about a half mile. 2 gas stations just a block away. So everything is convenient, and which has really been nice. And we're going to come back down here. You know, I said I'm going to come back down here in the winter. Actually, I'm going to come down here in November. Probably spend the entire month of November in this area and just see how the weather cooperates. If it cooperates, we'll continue to stay until it doesn't. There's something to say about making your nomadic life easy. Because I think a lot of people have this expectation that just going out to the desert is going to be easy. I'm actually very skeptical about going Arizona, New Mexico area. I have been a long time. I know it's a beautiful area, and I know there's going to be a lot of exciting things to see and do. But the resources are very difficult. I can just already see it. You know, when I type in Google campgrounds, or I go to freecampsite.net here in Texas, boom, 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 boom. Then you look up, okay, nearest Walmart to this town, 5 miles. Yeah, then I go to my internet site and tells me if it's got internet here, got internet. Well, then you go over to New Mexico and you start researching New Mexico, and there's nothing. There doesn't seem to be anything. So then you got to ask yourself, how are you going to get water? Of course, you got truck stops and different things you're going to have to, and you're just going to have to get creative. And you're going to start carrying a lot of water, a lot of weight through the mountainous areas. It's going to be hard on the truck, harder on the transmission. And if you pay attention to what people are really saying, look, on YouTube, they fluff it. They really do. They fluff the lifestyle. They want to show you this great lifestyle. And I think they do that primarily so they can get views. You know, I show you the good, bad reality. I've said that a lot of times. But just the other day, this new YouTuber was talking about how great it is. She's loving it, and it's great. Somebody asked her, well, how do you take a shower? And she said, well, like most nomads do. Sponge bath, wet wipes. But you could see that she didn't want to answer the question. It was a question like, uh-oh. That makes it sound negative. I want everybody to know that it's wonderful out here. I've seen other YouTubers, experienced YouTubers, just give up the lifestyle. You know, they go out to the desert and their skin starts to dry out, you know, and you see that they're aging. It's a hard life. And if you don't take care of yourself, look, drinking water is a big deal. If you don't drink water, you're going to dry out and you're going to age and you're going to look terrible. You know, yesterday, it got up 95 degrees. Now, normally Carolyn and I drink about a gallon of water each a day. But it got up 95 degrees, and before we knew it, I say that we were up to almost 2 gallons per person. And so you really suck down the water. Well, if you don't have water, if you've only carried a few jugs of water and you're using that to wash dishes and keep clean, and to drink and to cook with, well, you're going to run out of water in a big old hurry, and you're not going to have anything to drink. And so that's hard on the body. This is what concerns me, is I want to keep my health up while I'm out here. I don't want to kill myself trying to do this. If you go into Facebook and you go into the van groups, one day you'll see someone post and they'll say, man, this is terrible. I don't know how much longer I can last. And, they'll say something like, I'm tired of being out of money. Or they'll say something like, I'm always stuck in one place. I don't have the money to travel. My vehicle's broke down. And so if you pay attention to these little comments, you're going to see that, okay, this person's having a problem. But as soon as someone says, look at what scenery I got out my back door for the next 5 days, that same person who just says, I don't know how much longer I can last, is now saying, oh yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years and it's just the best lifestyle ever. I've been really trying to analyze what people are saying about this lifestyle now that I'm out here and I know what the lifestyle's about. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to convince themselves that it's a good lifestyle because they got out here and then they got stuck. What they end up doing is trying to chase a dream that they can't chase. Because everybody says this is what they need to be doing. They go out to the desert and they say, oh, great, this is wonderful, it's great, it's wonderful. And then in the next post say, this is tough life. Of course, you got the realistic people who will tell you things like, okay, don't push it so hard. Why are you trying to look for the greatness everywhere you go? And so when we come to these city parks, and we spent nearly a month in these city parks going from one to the other, it makes everything that we have done worth it because it's a break, it's easy. When you get an opportunity to come to a city park for a month, take it. Go with the flow and enjoy the beauty of this city park because the beauty is it's easy. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video and happy travels.